Number 1 is TCW, International Convention on Standard of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping for Seafarers. Objective: established by the International Maritime Organization, or IMO, in 1978 and amended in 1995 and 2010, the STCW sets international standards for the training, certification, and watchkeeping of seafarers. Its main goal is to ensure that seafarers possess the necessary skills, knowledge, and competencies to perform their duties safely and effectively. Requirements: training standards defines minimum knowledge and competencies. Standards for different ranks. Example: deck officers, engineering officers, and ratings. Certifications and competencies. Seafarers must obtain valid certificates of competencies (COC) that are renewed regularly, ensures that remain qualified. Medical standards. All seafarers are required to pass medical examination to ensure physical and mental fitness. Watchkeeping. Set regulations on set hours to minimize fatigue, specifying guidelines for safe watchkeeping in both deck and engine departments. Mandatory. Refrigerers training. Officers and crew are required to periodically undergo safety training to keep pace with technical advancement and regular changes. Contribution to safety by ensuring consistent standards worldwide. The STCW reduces the risk of human error caused by lack of training, fatigue, or uneducated skills, and ensures that seafarers are equipped to handle critical situations, reducing accidents related to operational mistakes.
Number 2, ITC, International Tonnage Convention. Objective: the ITC, formerly known as the International Convention on Tonnage Measurement of Ships, 1969, standardize how a ship gross tonnage (GT) and net tonnage (NT) are calculated and recorded. This helps create uniformity, international trade, safety regulation, and port fees. Requirements: measurement formula: ships over 24 meters in length must be measured according to a specific formula that considers the volume of all enclosed spaces. Documentation and certification: all ships must carry an international tonnage certificate (ITC) documenting the GT and NT. Implication for regulation: a ship tonnage often determines the minimum safety and structural requirements, crew, complement, and even areas of operation. Contribution to safety: standardizing tonnage measurements allow fair and consistent application of regulation and port fees. Since safety regulation and equipment requirements are often based on a ship's tonnage, the ITC ensures that ships operate under suitable safety and manning standards based on their size and operational scope.
Code of Safe Working Practices for Merchant Seafarers, COSWP, is a primary UK-based code, but its principles are widely recognized globally. Its objective is to provide practical guidelines to ensure safe working practices on board merchant ships and prevent workplace accidents. Personal safety recommends the use of personal protective equipment or PPE such as helmet, gloves, and safety shoes. Risk assessment encourages the implementation of risk assessments before potentially hazardous tasks such as working at high, handling mechanicals, or operating machinery. Emergency procedures include guidelines for drills and response to emergencies such as fire, abandoned ship, and man overboard situation. Accident reporting emphasizes the importance of documenting and reporting accidents and near misses to improve safety practices. Contribution to safety: by promoting a culture or safety awareness and proactive risk management, COSWP help reduce the frequency and severity of onboard accidents. It also provides guidelines on managing emergencies effectively, ensuring a structured response to incidents that could endanger lives or the vessel.
ISPS, or International Ship and Port Facility Security Code. Objective: Adopted under the SOLAS Convention in 2002, the ISPS Code was developed in response to heightened concern about terrorism and piracy posts. It aims to secure ship and port facilities from external threats, including sabotage, smuggling, and unauthorized access requirements. Security assessment and plans. Ship and port facilities must conduct vulnerability assessment to develop tailored security plans, which are reviewed and approved by relevant authorities. Security personnel and rules. Designation of Ship Security Officer or SSO and Port Facility Secure Officer or PFSO responsible for implementing and maintaining security measures. Security levels establish 3 security levels: 1 normal, 2 heightened, and 3 exceptional, with protocol adjusted accordingly. Access control requires strict and control for ship and port facilities, including the use of ID checks, CCTV, and restricted areas. Training and drills. Mandate security training for crew and regular security drills to ensure preparedness for potential threats. Contribution to safety. The ISPS helps mitigate risks of piracy, terrorism, and unauthorized access, which could endanger crew, passengers, and cargo. Enhance security protocol help maintain the integrity of international supply chains, safeguarding both human life and global trade.
Athens Convention relating to the carriage of passengers and luggage by sea. Objectives. The Athens Convention, administered by the IMO, outlines the liability of ship owners for harmed passengers and their belongings in case of accident. Its purpose is to protect passengers, ensure the compensations to injury, fatalities, or loss of property during a sea voyage. Requirement: liability for death or injury, defense liability limits personal injury or death with compensation cap vary based on type damage, whether the incident due to the fault of negligence. Insurance and finance security. Ship owner must have insurance to cover the potential liabilities and protecting passenger in case of major incident. Time limit for claims. Set a specific period within this claim for comprehension must file, typically within 2 years from incident. Contribution to safety by harm carries passenger safety. Athens Convention encourage the implementation of strictly safety measure, knowing that they face liability. Accident carries are motivate practice and maintain high standards, safety standard by ensuring the overall safety passenger travel by sea. 6. MLC 2006 Maritime Labor Convention. Objective, often called the Seafarers' Bills of Rights, the MLC 2006 adopted by International Labor Organization ILO aims to protect the right and welfare of seafarers. It set minimum standard for working condition, fair treatment, and quality of life all seafarers worldwide. Requirements: decent working condition, set standard for hours of rest, safe and clean accommodation, regular payment and wages, access to health care on board. Health safety protection requires preventive measures to address the occupational health and safety risks, including medical and mental on board, ensuring for injuries or abandonment. Minimum employee standard mandates within the employment agreement for safety, establishing clear terms, employment and reputation rights. Social protection require that seafarers may have access to social security benefits, including medical insurance, employment benefits, and retirement plan. Contribution to safety by ensuring fair treatment and decent working condition. The MLC 2006 reduced the fatigue, stress, and health risk among the seafarers. Better mental and physical well-being among the crew member leads to safety or operational, fewer accident, and overall improvement in the maritime industry safety culture.